to another episode of merging these two Volkswagens into one, making that one a Golf or Sportwagon, which was my dream, and I would have bought it if we only had one in the States, but we don't. So here I am. Bought two Volkswagens so I can build one of them to be a Golf R station wagon. So on the last episode, I have finished with trying to disassemble. Oh my! Wait, it's probably going to be better from here. On the last episode, I have finished about trying to take off the shaft off of the car, which I couldn't because the thing was not moving. Because I locked up the rear brakes. Good news, I was able to take everything apart and take out those things away. So let me show you what I've done off camera, because it's been a long time before I started recording again. So let me show you all this stuff. Ta-da! I know, I should have probably filmed it. The engine and transmission are out. The exhaust and the shaft are out. The only thing that's left in the car is the rear suspension and the fuel tank and all the stuff inside. The windshield is removed because I needed to remove the bracket from here for that speaker that everyone hates that pumps the fake sounds inside the car. So that was done, and then I have the wiring that is mostly disconnected. I just have to finish the back of it. Here is the subframe, which I will not be using because I have a Audi S3 subframe, which is aluminum, and this one is not. And I also have aluminum lower control arms. So that will be awesome. It will go on it before the whole thing is going to be put together in the car. I do have to swap everything from here, obviously. There's the dashboard. I just took it off the roof because I need it. This is my lower left side knuckle and the strut. I need to replace the bearing on it, so I have to take the brake off and put the new bearing because I don't know if it's good. Most likely it's not, so I don't want to do all this work and be this close to replacing the bearing and don't do it, and then find it out down the road that the bearing needs to be replaced. So better do it now. So now here's the engine. I pulled it up with the shifter because the shifter was really crisp in the way that the gears were shifting, and I didn't want to mess that up. So I pulled it out all together as one unit. It's all still connected, and I'm going to be installing it as one unit. In the previous episode, I did mention that I have a sponsor now. My new sponsor is a Mishimoto, which I forgot to mention in that video. And from them, I got this elbow over here that I'm going to be swapping. Maybe even in today's video. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. There is a turbo that we have. It is all stock, all original. Nothing was done. So also, this is the engine bay. There's nothing left, not even ABS, because I needed this ABS pump to be installed into the other car. I probably will take this stuff. I don't know if I will be able to even take it. I don't know what that thing called. I think it's a booster. I think that's what it is, but there is a canister in front that I had to swap for the other one. And I'm also stuck with this because I think I used it when I removed the blades and it's stuck in this position, and now I cannot remove it because the arm is on the way. So I'm gonna need to chop the arm off because this body of the car goes to the junkyard anyway. I don't see anyone asking for it. I will remove the corner glass, all the other things that I can sell that someone might use. So now let's see what I've done on this car. From first glance, there's not much done except I have a hood now. This is not the permanent hood, but I put it on because, well, this one is damaged. I still have to do the welding, but I need to have a hood to align the fenders, to make sure everything sits where it's supposed to. And since I'm going to be welding, I might be splattering stuff onto other stuff, and I don't want to damage the hood that I have for it. Maybe down the road I replace it with carbon hood. I don't know yet. So far, this is how it's gonna stay. So we already have the transmission mount, the engine mount. I have the wiring unplugged in, the fuel hoses all from the Golf R are plumbed, the AC lines are plumbed from the Golf R, and the washer fluid canister. This was more of a challenge than I thought it would be, primarily because of this bracket. As you can see, well, it bolts in as it's supposed to right now, but it wasn't like that in the beginning, because this frame doesn't have holes for most of these bolts. Like this bolt, there was a hole in it, and so I had to put in a rivet. Like this rivet went in there, and I was able to screw that in, but there was no other holes on the other side. There are studs on the other body that go in. So what I've done is I assembled it all before, well, without the tank, marked the holes where I needed to drill them, put those rivets in, of course painted before I did it, and then I assembled the whole thing, and it all fits together really nicely. So everything sits the way it's supposed to. All is well in this scenario. And also I have swapped the door from the other Golf. So as you can see, everything is in here, the speaker and all. I think I will have to do the same thing with these brackets, because there are supposed to be clips over here, as I mentioned in the previous video, and this car doesn't have it. This bracket can be removed, like you can see on that side, and I'm just gonna mark it where it's supposed to sit. I need to also find out which way is which, because I don't think I recorded it. I think it's supposed to be this way. And once I find out which one is which, I will drill holes, screw the whole thing together, and it will be good to go. And I also played with wiring a little bit. So these are the wires that go to the rear trunk, to the antenna. They were hanging out over there. So that goes the antenna and the wires to the trunk for the backup camera, and all the other antennas on the trunk. So they all come here. These are the wires that have to go to the stereo, and I would have to redo some of them, I guess. Especially this guy. I would have to pull these two pins out to install it into the other one. The other two lines, this is the washer fluid thing, goes into there, and there is also this pink plug, which I don't remember exactly where it goes, but I think there is a module above the brake pedal that receives signals, or not the brake pedal, above the dash. It's like for the emergency things we need to call in, which I don't think I'm going to be using, so it's not a big deal. I just hope that it's not going to be a problem with showing up error codes for it. So with this in mind, the plan for today is to drop the rear subframe from this car and the fuel tank. Also, if I'll have time, clean up the inside of the car and start getting the wiring out and slowly putting it back here. And if this whole car is going to be cleaned, there is nothing going to be in it, because pretty much after I pull the fuel tank and the rear frame and the wiring, the whole body is can go to the junkyard. So I might even pull it onto the trailer, so it will give me more room to work over here. So with that in mind, let's proceed, and I'm gonna set myself up to remove the rear subframe first. Alright, so here at the back of the car, I have removed the rear bumper to discover there is more stuff that I need to move over to that car. I didn't know there is some more wiring under the bumper besides the sensors. So now I'm gonna take a look, because I think that I'm gonna be in a bit of a pickle over here too. I need to order more parts. So as we see over here, I have the blind spot sensors on each corner, and this angle, the way it's mounted, like the two 13mm bolts over here and one 10mm bolt over here. Let me actually try this right now. It's so nice to work on a car from south. No rust. Everything comes out nice and easy. Look. nice and easy. Now let's go to this guy. It's supposed to be bolted in over there, but then yep, does not go. So I need to order the new brackets for this sensor. Well, that's the first let down. Now let's see. I have a space for that sensor that's supposed to go here, so that's good news at least. Because I think the back is wider than that car. So I'm gonna go and take these things out and make sure that I order the correct brackets for these guys so that I can install them back here. Now before I forget, I'm gonna install this part where it's supposed to be, which is right there. It's not easy to do it with one hand. Okay, it's in. Wish me luck, this is the last bolt. Yes, perfect balance. And all on my own. So here it is, the rear subframe of a Golf R that's gonna go into the Sportwagon. I could not remove the top two bolts for the heck of it. The bottoms came out easy, the top ones were a pain in the butt. So I figured I'm just gonna remove with these arms, although installing it, who knows, maybe it will be easier installing it with this, because last time I tried to swap the rear subframe from this car into the one that has 220,000 miles on it, I did it with these arms detached. I didn't remove them, so we'll see. Time will show, will tell. Alright, now I'm gonna ask my helper to move this thing out of the way, and I will drop the fuel tank next. I again forgot to record this thing. Fuel tank is down. Now I'm gonna try to put it in there. Maybe not yet though, because I think the wiring has to go first. So after that last moment, my battery on the phone died, and I ended up working a lot of things without the camera, because I really wanted to finish the project faster, and so far I've been working every day since last week, except Sunday. I think I've been working like 5 days in a row after my work ends at 5 until 11 at night. So let me catch you up what I've done so far. So last time you've seen that I dropped the rear subframe from this car, and I also dropped the fuel tank. It's no longer here, but wait, there is more. Now with this handy tool I was able to put my rear suspension back in. It was a little easier to do it with that tool to put the subframe back up, but I couldn't install it with these arms on because the lift is on the way, so I had to detach them, and they were really hard to detach. The only way to get them out is to heat up this top bolt, because that one is way tighter than the bottom one, and then remove it, and then I had to wiggle it around to put it back in. Anyway, the fuel tank is also back in, and on this side you can see everything is back the way it's supposed to, even plugged in, so I can close this thing. Yeah, all the wires are back here. Everything on the back of the car is done. And I also started doing the shaft. The shaft has been already installed, the shifter is installed, and the biggest thing of them all that I should have recorded, but I couldn't because I was attending a meeting that I could not attend. And the biggest thing that I've done so far, yesterday night, this. Ta-da! So here we have the 2.0 Golf R engine with the manual 6-speed installed in the engine bay with some goodies. So here we have from our sponsor, if you can see it, a Mishimoto intake elbow, and I also got myself this muffler delete for the turbo. I really wanted to get the intake tubing, but it's like $300, and I think I'll be fine without it. Even though I have a sponsor, I'm not making money on any of this stuff. This is just my passion project, because I really wanted to have this car. I wanted to have the car with low miles, and this is it. So with this in mind, I'm finishing things up. I'm gonna need to put this heat shield back on, then I can put the exhaust back on, and the engine side is complete. I can also put the radiator back on. Then on the inside, I did do a little bit more wiring. I put the brakes, the clutch, brake, all stuff from Golf R. This is the wires that goes to the steering column. That's for the central console, and there's the stuff over there. And this is also for the dashboard. It's gonna go here. But that's it. I need to clean this thing up. I still haven't done these because I'm low on the rivets, and I need to wait for the rivets to arrive. But I can pretty much clean this up and put in the carpet in, so that actually I cannot put the carpet in until I fix these brackets onto the body of the car. So that is it. As I'm editing this thing, I just realized that my video is getting too long, and I did not record an ending for it. So here I am doing a voiceover. At this point, as you might have noticed, things have moved pretty quick, and they're gonna continue moving this way. I think I'm gonna have 1 or 2 episodes until this thing is done. If you would love to keep an eye on this, please subscribe, please like, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.